Fat Joe is mourning the loss of his father, Ernesto Cartegena, who has sadly passed away at the age of 79. The Bronx rapper revealed the news in a post to Instagram on Wednesday, February 12th, where he memorialized his dad with a carousel of memories. "Sad to announce the passing of my father Ernesto aka Cuba," he shared. "This has been tough. I'm not looking for sympathy, just honoring my dad. He's a legend in my eyes. To my mom, wife, brothers and sisters, I love you and will always be united." This is already a tender time of year for Joe, as just days ago marked the 25th anniversary of Big Pun's passing. One of the pictures in Fat Joe's carousel was of his father with one of Joe's sons, Little Joey. Little Joey has Down syndrome and autism, and Joe recently shared vulnerable details about raising him by himself after, per his comments, his child's mother abandoned him. "When he was born, first of all, me and his mother wasn't together," Joe said on Club Shay Shay in October. "We wasn't together, broken up. I knew I didn't want to be with this woman. It was before rap. I'm at my mother's house, it's one of those rainy days." He continued, "She walk in the building. I say, let's rekindle our old flame. She gets pregnant. With no disrespect because I love my son Joey, but I let her know, I do not want to be with you, so maybe we should have this abortion because I don't." He added that she wanted to have the baby and that since it was her choice, she pretty much forced him to have the baby at the age of 19. "When he's born, the doctor tells us, 'Hey, I have bad news to tell you,'" the rapper continued. "He shows us his hands, he has Down syndrome, he's gonna be a big challenge. I was there with my mother, my father and his mother. His mother was like, 'Yo, I can't do this. I'ma have to give him up for adoption.' My mother was like, 'You crazy? You not giving up,' and so we raised him. And he's had his challenges. You see, I don't know if all kids who are autistic or on the spectrum, this guy's happy. I swear to God. He's always happy. He's never sad. If you're stuck in a place, he's stuck in happiness." Joseph Antonio Cartegena, better known by his stage name Fat Joe, is an American rapper from New York City. He began his music career as a member of hip-hop group Diggin and the Crates crew, D.I.T.C, in 1992. He then embarked on a solo career a year later with his debut album Represent, 1993. Cartegena formed the hip-hop group Terror Squad and its namesake record label in the late 1990s, through which he would discover and sign fellow New York artists including Big Pun, Remy Ma, Tony Sunshine, and Cuban Link, as well as then unknown producers DJ Khaled and Kool and Dre. Fat Joe has a net worth of $4 million. He is 6 feet or 1.85 meters. Fat Joe early life. Fat Joe was born Joseph Antonio Cartegena in the Bronx borough of New York City on August 19, 1970, where he was raised by parents of Puerto Rican and Cuban descent. Living in the Forest Houses, a public housing project in the South Bronx neighborhood of Morrisania, Fat Joe began stealing at a young age to support his family. He also admits that he was a bully in his childhood. His brother introduced him to hip-hop music. Fat Joe personal life. Fat Joe is married with 3 children and has lived in Miami and Tenafly, New Jersey. Fat Joe has been back to his old school in the Bronx, New York to donate computers for students. In 2008, he attended the grand opening of the Hip Hop Soda Shop in Miami, which was a community outreach project set up by Ben Chavis for the youth to hang out and do things such as record music, use the computers and play on Xbox 360s. On January 23, 2011, Fat Joe appeared with Newark Mayor Cory Booker and fitness expert Jeff Halevi at an event to promote the Newark branch of Michelle Obama's Let's Move initiative against childhood obesity. By 1996, he weighed 300 pounds, 140 kilograms. In 2005, Stuff Magazine and ContactMusic.com profiled Fat Joe's weight loss efforts. In 2011, Fat Joe unveiled his latest weight loss efforts in the video for his song Drop a Body after losing 88 pounds, 40 kilograms, off his previous weight of 350 pounds, 160 kilograms. Furthermore, he follows a low-carb approach, eating sweet potatoes but not eating certain carbohydrates such as white bread, white rice, and white pasta. On September 8, 1998, Fat Joe and Big Pun were arrested on assault charges for hitting a man with a baseball bat and stealing the man's gold chain on June 14 that year. Joe was arrested again on May 12, 2002, for allegedly fighting with another man at B.B. King's Blues Club in Times Square, but the charges were dropped on January 10, 2003. Fat Joe has been named a witness in 2 murder cases. Joe's former bodyguard, Jose Molero, also known as Sing Sing, was arrested on September 17, 2004, for the April 15, 1994, shooting death of 16-year-old Ernesto Rivera at a Bronx nightclub. Responding to a subpoena, Fat Joe claimed to have heard the shooting and seen people fleeing the scene, but investigators argued that he was standing closer to Molero, by a door. Miami Beach police also named Fat Joe as a witness in a 2007 Memorial Day double murder outside David's Cafe 2 in South Beach. Jermaine Wolfgang Chamberlain of Miami Gardens was accused of shooting Leslie Paz and Joey Navarro to death on that morning. Fat Joe and the 2 victims were sitting in a rented Cadillac Escalade parked outside the restaurant when a fight broke out between passengers and another man. Fat Joe professional life. Under stage name Fat Joe Da Gangsta and part of the rap group D.I.T.C, Cartegena was signed to Relativity Records in the early 1990s, recording material and working with many artists whom he would later sign to his own label. In 1993, his debut album Represent was released, featuring production from the Beatnuts, Diamond D, Lord Finesse, and others. Its lead single, Flo Jo, peaked at number 1 on the Billboard Hot Rap Singles chart. In 1995, Fat Joe released his second studio album, Jealous One's Envy, which peaked at number 71 on the Billboard 200 and at number 7 on top R&B/hip-hop albums. The album featured a guest appearance from KRS-One and production from Diamond D. The lead single was Success, which did not chart, but his second single, Envy, peaked at number 8 on the Hot Rap Tracks chart. One day while writing for the album at Chung King Studios, Fat Joe happened to find that his rap idol, LL Cool J, was in another room with trackmasters. After being welcomed to contribute a verse, Joe appeared on the record and in its accompanying video along with Foxy Brown, Keith Murray, and Prodigy of Mobb Deep. The track is considered by Joe to be one of his career highlights. In 1997, Fat Joe signed with Mystic Entertainment Group and the Warner Music Group's Atlantic Records through Craig Coleman's Big Beat Records. Under the deal, he was granted his own label, Terror Squad Productions. He subsequently began recording his third studio album. His third studio album, Don Cartegena, was released on September 1, 1998. It was released in conjunction with his own label Terror Squad Productions. It peaked on the Billboard 200 at number 7 and number 2 on top R&B/hip-hop albums, eventually being certified gold by the RIAA. The album featured 3 singles with accompanying music videos, Bet Your Man Can't Trees, John Blaze, and Don Cartegena. Guest appearances included Nas, Puff Daddy, Big Pun, Raekwon, Jadakiss, and Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. On the album, Fat Joe debuted his own group Terror Squad, consisting of the late Big Pun, as well as Cuban Link, D.I.T.C, Prospect, Armageddon, and later Remy Ma, 16. Former Terror Squad member D.I.T.C also went on record when asked who had written Fat Joe's lyrics, stating that he and Pun were Joe's ghostwriters for Don Cartegena, and asserts that Joe continues to hire ghostwriters. Fat Joe released his fourth album Jealous One Still Envy, JOSE, in 2001, with Fat Joe executive producing the album. The album featured a star-studded lineup from the likes of Ashanti, Ja Rule, N.O.R.E., Busta Rhymes, P.D. Pablo, M.O.P., Ludacris, R. Kelly, Buju Banton, and artists from his Terror Squad label. The lead single We Thuggin' featuring R. Kelly was a big hit in late 2001, but would not reach the level of his hit single What's Love? At the time of the album's release, Fat Joe was managed by the Squad Music. The album was Fat Joe's biggest album commercially, being certified platinum in America for shipping and selling over 1 million copies. However, Fat Joe's fifth album Loyalty, released later in 2002, was not as successful. Fat Joe's ninth solo studio album, JOSE 2, was released towards the end of June 2009. The project reprises the title of Joe's 2002 RIAA certified platinum release, Jealous One Still Envy, JOSE, and marked Joe's third release since bringing his Terror Squad imprint to the EMI family in 2006. Joe joined D.I.T.C for their album sessions. In October 2016, Joe revealed that he and Remy Ma are releasing a joint album. The first single, All the Way Up featuring French Montana and Infrared, peaked at number 27 on the Hot 100, becoming his first top 40 hit in nearly a decade. The album, Plata o Plomo, and was released in February 2017. On August 2, 2017, Fat Joe released So Excited with Dre. On July 24, 2018, he released Attention with Chris Brown. Fat Joe's second collaborative album, called Family Ties, with Dre, was released in December 2019. In December 2020, Fat Joe appeared in the Complex Land virtual event and talked about the best sneakers of the year. Fat Joe Real Estate. In 2000, Joe paid $115,000 for an acre of land in Plantation, Florida, near Fort Lauderdale. He then custom-built a 5,300 square foot home for $1.2 million. He listed the home for sale in 2010 for $2 million, and it was purchased by Instagram personality Malu Trevejo. She later listed it for $3.25 million. Thanks for watching, and kindly don't forget to subscribe. You may also like and share this video to family and friends.